It is the news hour, all eyes on presidency to decide on the fate of the elections. Citizens react as country marks 30 years independence celebrations. High inflation, cheaper imports strain Nigeria's tie and dye industry. These are the news bulletin and much more in the news in detail. It's good to have you with us. I am Rita Ilwa. All eyes on the presidency to decide on the fate of the elections. According to the Minister of Information and Technology, Michael Makwe-Lweth, it is the office of the presidency to decide on the fate of the elections, not the ministry. Michael Makwe-Lweth says the fate of the election is not on the concern of the ministry and points out that his duties are to negotiate with oppositions and sign the agreement, then after which the leadership will decide according to the reports from the evaluations.
Of the elections is not our concern here. You are asking a wrong person. You are asking a wrong person because my duty here is to make you negotiate, is to negotiate with the pull-out groups and the opposition, and when they will sign the agreement, then the leadership is the one that will decide on the election. On two counts. The leadership will decide on the elections with the outcome of the Tumaini initiative. The leadership will decide on the elections on the outcome of the report of evaluation. These are the areas, and those to whom this report will be going, it will be going to the presidency. So it is the presidency that it will determine it is the presidency that will determine the fate of elections. Not us.
Citizens react as country marks 13 years independence celebrations at the chairperson of the Boda Boda stage along Airport Road. Peter Paul urges the people at large to celebrate the independence in a peace. As his advice for independence, he advises the citizens at large to use the current weather to do farming, so as at the end of the day the economic crisis will be reduced. Akelo Adeo, a student, says with the current dollar rate, people will not be celebrating independence very well like they used to do when the dollar rate wasn't a problem.
لأنه ده يوم عظيم لنحن كجنوبيين، لأن ده يوم تاريخ لنحن أخذنا استقلال بتاعنا من فترة طويل من المشاكل اللي نحن أخذناه عشان ناخذ دولة بتاعنا جنوب السودان. أنا ده رودي رسالة بتاعي لحكومة بتاعنا بيوم بتاع استقلال ده. أنا داير أقول إنه دايرين بعد كده تنمية، لأنه التنمية أول حاجة لأننا محتاجين خلال بتاع فترة كسن في أيام بتاع الاستقلال ده. إننا دايرين كده حكومة دي لأننا شنو التنمية، لأنه ده أول حاجة شعب تاع جنوب السودان منتظرين. إننا منتظرين شوارع يفتحوا، إننا منتظرين يكون في كهرباء في فيليجز، في كهرباء في ولايات. ده أول حاجة لأننا دايرين كشعب بتاع جنوب السودان في بعيد بتاع الاستقلال ده. بالنسبة لاتصال بتاع دولة بتاعنا، نحن عارفين إنه أوقات صعب ده اتصال بتاعنا، إننا محتاجين كشعب بتاع جنوب السودان خلي حكومة يقدر يحسن الاتصال بتاعنا. لكن أنا برضو داير أقول للشعب بتاع جنوب السودان إنه نحن كده نمشي في الزراعة، لأنه الزراعة ده بيخلي الاتصال بتاعنا بيكون قوي. لأنه نحن كشعب بتاع جنوب السودان نحن كان معتمدين بأكل جاي من برا، أننا بنسيبه بخلينا بنخلي الاتصال بتاعنا ما بيكون اتصال قوي. عشان كده رسالة بتاعي لكل شعب بتاع جنوب السودان كده نحن نمشي في الزراعة، لأنه الزراعة ده بيخلي نحن بيكون قويين اقتصاديا. لأنه نحن بنشوف إنه العملة صعبة لأننا دايرين ده نتيجة عشان أكل بتاعنا جاي من برا. لا ده أنا بناشد كلنا نحن كجنوبيين نحن كده نزرع، لأنه الزراعة ده بيخلي اقتصاد بتاع البلد بتاعنا بيكون أحسن. للشعب بتاع جنوب السودان بيوم التاريخي ده أو بيوم بتاع عيد بتاع استقلال بتاعنا بتاع جنوب السودان، أنا داير أوري لكم إنه كده نحن نعيدوا بسلام. نحن دايرين سلام في دولة بتاعنا، نحن دايرين وحدة، إننا ما دايرين قبلية لكل قبائل بتاعنا تاع جنوب السودان. عشان كده نحن دايرين وحدة وسلام وتنمية خلي بيكون في دولة بتاعنا تا جنوب السودان.
أسعد الله صباحكم. أنا طالبة جايين نشوف طريقة بتاعة الاحتفال بكرة بتاع استغلال أو إن إحنا كيف نحن بنحتفل مع الأوضاع الصعبة والظروف بصفة بتاع اقتصاد حل بدولار الزايد الناس حتحتفل كيف بكرة.
City Council Elytrian launches a general cleaning campaign. Juba City Council and the Elytrian community have launched a joint cleaning campaign across Juba City as part of keeping the city greener. The team led by Mayor Flora Gabriel Modi cleaned Juba Airport, Qatar and Jebel Souk markets ahead of 9th July celebrations. We have more in the following report.
In preparations toward independence celebration, a team of staff from Juba City Council, led by the mayor, Flora Gabriel Modi, started a week-long campaign to clean the city from waste. The campaign will target Juba Airport, Juba Town, Kator, Atlabara, and Jebel Market. In a statement to Juba Echo TV during the general cleaning campaign at Jebel Market, the chairperson of the Eritrean community in Juba, Marcos Manhatison, says the significance of the cleaning campaign is to help reduce some of the sicknesses that comes as a result of poor waste disposal.
Our surrounding clean is one of the most interesting things in our life. First of all, before it was said, an apple a day to keep you from the doctor away. But nowadays, you have to clean your surrounding to get away from the doctor rather than to take medicines and make a lot of expense. So we have to clean South Sudan, Juba, we have to clean it properly, and it's part of our life.
The Deputy Director for Kator Town Block, Alison Samuel Taligi, appreciates the Eritrean community in Juba for their effort and support towards the government.
قاعدين نجهز مدينة الجوبة يكون نظيف لاستعداد يوم 9 شهر 7 يوم بتاع الرفع بتاع العالم بتاعنا. فأنا بناشد كل السكان وكل الناس اللي قاعدين في مدينة الجوبة وبالذات الناس اللي في كاتور وفي سوق جبل كلنا اشتغل يومين ده ندفوا المدينة دي نضيف عشان يوم 9 ده كله بنحتفل مع بعض في مدينة نضيف في جنوب السودان الحر.
هنا كلنا نطلع كله ننظف شوارع بتاعنا سنحتفل اليوم ده اللي جوبة بيكون نضيف. According to
the Eritrean ambassador to South Sudan, Johannes Teklamikate, Eritrean contribution to South Sudan independence during the struggle was immense, and they will continue their support.
As we have promised last year, always, as long as I am here, the ambassador of the state of Eritrea, before the independence of the Republic of South Sudan, 2-3 days before July 9, we're going to organize a cleaning campaign.
It came actually, as the theme said, is a solidarity between Eritrea and South Sudan country. And we know Eritrea is almost our brothers. We have brotherhood with them. And they have with us, they have been working with us since before the independence and up to today. The cleanness is not only for us as City Council, but it's for everybody who is seated in the city or in this country.
And in the international scene, high inflation, cheaper imports strain Nigeria's tie and dye industry.
As fire fuels the dye bath, Mubarak Badamasi, a tie and dye expert, turns plain fabrics into vibrant pieces at his workplace in Abuja, Nigeria's capital. Though unique, Mubarak's decade-long artistry faces hard times. That's due to stiff competition from imported replicas and lower demands caused by the surging inflation.
Things are not that easy these days because as it used to be, we will be having queue of people coming to our shop for work. But now we have to sit and wait that 1, 2, or 3 people will come.
Local tie and dye fabric dealers like Bola Adewale are already feeling the strain of inflation and the increased competition from cheap imports. That's left her with a significant unsold stock of local fabrics.
There is not much business on it because the foreign countries have been brought their own, and it's not even quality like ours. The foreign ones, people are trying to manage to buy it. They are our own.
Nigeria's tie and dye textiles industry has been gaining traction home and abroad over the years due to its relatively good quality. But cheaper imports are now threatening to force it out of the domestic market. Despite all these challenges, the industry boasts unique qualities and holds cultural significance. Industry experts emphasize the need for government intervention to help lower inflation and support local textile producers.
Anybody that is getting soft loan from government can also have better production and also can make his products cheaper than the way they are.
The future of Nigeria's tie and dye industry hangs in the balance. Experts believe the answer to the sector's problems lies in supporting local producers and investing more in the sector. They say promoting the cultural significance of the fabrics and the superior quality of Nigerian tie and dye products is key to keeping the sector afloat.
South Africa's property rental market suffers the largest sustained slump since pandemic.
The last few years have been tough for South African home owners. Bronwyn Wright decided to rent part of her home to keep up with rising interest rates and living costs.
We divided half of the house, we created a cottage, and we finished it in November last year. And we did some research and we were told we would probably be able to get about $830 for the rental on this cottage.
When Wright put up the "To Let" sign, property rentals were riding the peak of the post-pandemic recovery. What she did not realize was the market was set to nosedive.
And it took us more than 6 months to find somebody who would rent it. We've also managed to only do it because we've had a couple rather than one person. And we've only managed to get $550, around about that, per month for the cottage.
The rental market has seen the longest sustained slump since the pandemic, following 3 monthly declines, creating a headache for landlords who have to now settle for less.
We're seeing the price sensitivity of buyers and the price sensitivity of potential tenants across all sectors of the market. They're looking not only for house, but they're looking for value, which is a combination of price and what they can get in which suburb.
Home sales have also taken a hit as the market contends with 15-year high interest rates.
We've seen the anticipated negative impact on the property market, both in terms of the number of sales and in terms of year-on-year price growth. And at the moment, we've generally been sitting in almost all parts of the country in a very sluggish, low price growth market.
Real estate agents expect both the rental and home buyers markets to level out over the next few months. Despite hopes of rate cuts for this year receding, properties are falling to levels last seen a decade back and could entice buyers back into the market.
And to the world of sports, Isaac Dennis joins us.
Welcome to the world of sports. Let's look into some of the stories that are making headlines in the world of sports as far as the Kagame's Cup is concerned. Al-Merrikh FC of Bentiu had a friendly game with Al-Merrikh FC of Sudan ahead of the kickoff of the Kagame's game on date 9th of July 2024, and it was one of the most friendly games that went down there in Tanzania between Al-Merrikh FC of Bentiu representing South Sudan and Al-Merrikh FC of Sudan representing Sudan. The game ended by 2-1 in favor of Al-Merrikh FC of Bentiu, making there a very nice encounter. Of course, Toot Mead, the man of the match in that very particular game, has been the one who has played a very vital role and of course scoring the only goal for Al-Merrikh FC of Bentiu, who are representing South Sudan in the Kagame's Cup. While of course looking into the international stories with the quarterfinals of the Euro 2024, it has been one of the most amazing quarterfinals with, of course, Toni Kroos hanging his boots in international, of course, games with his team. That's Germany, after being beaten 2-1 against a Spanish national team in the quarterfinals of the Euro 2024. While Cristiano Ronaldo have been knocked out with Kylian Mbappe in the quarterfinals of the Euros 2024 after, of course, ending in a goalless draw. And of course, there's a French national team beating Portugal in a penalty shootout, taking them to the semi-finals of the game. While England, of course, with his man Gareth Southgate, it wasn't a very good time for them. But all in all, of course, thanks goes to that's, of course, Bukayo Saka with an equalizing goal in the 8 minutes of the game, of course, making England going for a full-time 1-1 draw against Switzerland. And, of course, England finding the victory in the penalty spots after Alexander Arnold packed it in the back of the net, making it 4 goals to 5 in favor of England, winning in a penalty spots out. While, of course, Netherlands are one of the teams that have also progressed to the semi-finals of the Euro 2024 after beating, that is, of course, a Turkey side 2-1 after going 1 goal down in the first half. And, of course, in the second half, a Netherlands team becomes very stronger to win by 2-1, taking them to the semi-finals. While, of course, crossing to the Copa America, it was not good for Team Brazil after being knocked out in the Copa America in the quarter-final stage. And, of course, losing there in the penalty spots to the team of Uruguay in the quarterfinals of that is the Copa America. While, of course, Argentina are flying with the flying colors, with, of course, Lionel Messi and his team are winning their game in the quarterfinals of the Copa America 2024 after beating Ecuador in that very particular game. Colombia, too, are through to the semi-finals of the Copa America. For Juba Echo Sports News, I'm Isaac Dennis reporting.
In the weather updates. With that, we have come to the end of the news hour. Here's a quick recap of our headlines. All eyes on presidency decide on the fate of the elections. Citizens react as country marks 13 years independence. High inflation, cheaper imports strain Nigeria's tie and dye industry. Thanks for watching. Catch up with us for more updates. I am Rita Ilwa. Happy Independence.
This is Juba Echo TV. Information for empowerment. This week on Straight Talk Africa, tear gas, stones and flames as anti-tax protests continue.